we're going to do some pad drills. I really like pad work. Pads are really cheap. If you don't have pads, you can always just use your hands. Okay, so I can have my hands up. My partner can throw punches at my palms. Pillows work too. Pads are super cheap though, and I think a pair of cheap focus mitts maybe cost you $20. I don't know, inflation maybe more now, but they're not terribly expensive. And there's something that you can do. I mean, it's hard to pack a heavy bag in a suitcase or luggage or something like that. You know, you and your partner are going on a trip somewhere. You can pack these into your suitcase, luggage, or whatever you're traveling with, and yeah, there you go. You can work out in your hotel room, wherever you're going. So that's why these things are really nice. So Rachel's fighting orthodox. She's got her left foot forward, right foot back, hands up. This is stuff we covered in other videos, but just to kind of go through it and reiterate. Pad work, she's always going to punch across. So her left to my left, okay? Right to right. It's all pretty simple. And my job as a pad holder is a little more complicated than hers is punching. So I'll, 1, 2. And I might call numbers out, 1, 2, 3. I might just let her punch however she wants to punch. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So a nice drill to kind of warm up and get started, she's going to keep her hands up, is what we call a return drill. So she throw that jab, and she's going to bring her hands back, and I'm going to return that to her to make sure that her hands are up. If you live with this person and you want to continue living with this person, make sure you do it in a nice way, so that way they don't get upset with you because their hands were down. Okay? And the goal here is just, no, we're just touching. We're just touching. So she's got that hand up. It's a reminder, hey, hands up. We can also do this with movement. So I'm moving back. She's following me, right? And then I can put pressure on her, so she's got to move back a little bit, okay? If you notice on that last one, I repeated the same side. So it makes her work a little bit mentally. Like, okay, which hand is up? You know, she doesn't want to mess that up. She's still crossing her punches up, right? That sounded really good. Cats are fighting. Cat fight. Ninja cats. So there's our warm up. Just that touch back. So let's do some combinations with the kick. So I like 1, 2, and then her back leg. So she goes 1, 2, back. And then I want to move away to give her some space to throw that kick. Now I can bring 2 hands over. I can bring 1 hand over. Both work nice. If I mess up and I'm not moving right, she's probably going to knee me in the stomach. And I was over here like, hey, don't hit me. But that's my fault. So it's important that I get out of the way. And I can change up like the height of that. I can bring it down here, kind of towards my leg kicks. I can go higher. You know, talk to your partner about what they feel comfortable with. Like you may not want to kick the thigh. You know, I don't want to kick that high. Ribs are great. Leg kicks are even better. So, and you can add the front leg too. There's a couple different ways that I like to do it. She can just throw it right from there. Or, to make it fancier, she can do a switch. And then throw it. Okay? Now, because she's using that front side, I'm just going to take my hand, turn it out. And then this one is going to come up for her jab. So she'll switch or she'll do whatever she wants to do. Switch, okay, jab, cross, and then back leg comes around. So we'll do it again. Try again. One more time. And we can also get more close combat oriented. What she can do with the hands up is she can work same ideas but with knees. Okay, which we didn't cover, but go knee up. Okay, she got a knee up and takes this elbow across. Boom, boom. Now she can grab this last one, 2 hands, and bring that knee to finish. All right, and that's another nice thing about these pads is that the angle changes. I could change this here, and she can do this rising elbow. Or yeah, uppercut too. Yeah, uppercut or rising elbow. It's not easy to do on the bags. Heavy bags are straight up and down. Yeah, keep going. And then that'll give you kind of weird angles. This will give you more legitimate angles. Elbows, grab. And that's a whole nother series of drills. Yeah, cool. Elbow. It's all right. You can do punches if you want. But I'd like you to stick with it. Good, a little faster. One more. Cool. Now I know a lot of people that train fighters. A lot of them will swing the pad as they punch. So like if Rachel throws that punch, they'll do this at them. I don't like that so much. I know that they have reasons for it. I want my fighter to find a target, hit that target. And I know a lot of people, I think their main reason is, oh, I'm going to hit, and it's going to be a harder hit and some resistance. My job here is not to give them resistance. My job is to give them target. Okay? You want to work on power, use a heavy bag. Using focus targets, they're targets. We're trying to hit and be accurate and find timing and all of that. So, you don't have to swing at your person or your partner that's there and make it seem like, wow, that was such a big hit. Don't do that. You don't need it. I mean, you do it if you want, but it's not important. So, what I do, though, is I do punch. I do feed it back with punches. So, what Rachel's going to do is she's going to throw a couple punches, and she's going to follow that last punch. And I'm going to jab at her head. And that's important. Don't punch above like this, and don't do like don't do this big swingy thing. That's not a big deal. So I want straight punches. That is what most of these punches could be. Anyway, if I was to throw a hook and her hand was here anyways, that's doesn't matter. We're not going to have to worry about that as long as her hands are up. The straight punch is what we want to see. So then if I want her to do the other side, let's go 1, 2, 3, and then follow that. 1, 2, 3, and follow that. Okay, so she'll go 1, 2, hook, then she follows it in. And I'm working my punch again. And then we'll just mix it up. It's up to her. 1, 2. Okay, let's go. Good. Good. It's all right. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Good. So that's one way of doing head movement drills. We can do that moving as well. So she's going to move with me. And this is really important. This sort of movement is going to be important anyway. Try not to stand in one spot the whole time, especially if you got the space to do it. Okay, 1, 2. And then we move, right? She has to keep this bubble between her and I. 1, 2, look at it. 1, 2, 3, look at it. I may get her to the edge of the ring, and she's going to have to rotate around me too. Okay. Heavy bags aren't going to move for you like this. So use those pads. 1, 2, 3. Move. Right. Towards me. And this is a great time to work on footwork too. Now, if she's coming towards me and I notice that she's Frankenstein stepping towards me, I'm going to tell her, like, hey, don't mess up your feet. That lead foot's going to be forward. Okay, come towards me, lead foot forward. Good. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. The other head movement drill is a little tougher. It's before. So she's got her hands up. I'm going to punch. It doesn't matter which side I punch to. She's just going to move whichever side she wants to move to. So I can punch with this one. She can move in. Or she can move out. It's kind of up to her. Okay? That's the head movement. She can move towards me. She can put her head. Okay? Now I'm aiming at her head. So I'm not aiming where I want her to be or where she was. I'm aiming at her head. That is important. important for the integrity of the drills. Now, I was just doing my jab hand or my right hand southpaw, but I can throw the cross if I want. And it doesn't matter. If she doesn't move her head, she's going to get caught with that. Okay? So that's without the follow-up. That's a nice way of just getting somebody used to moving forward, moving their head. If they don't move their head, they get a high five. All right? And this head movement drill, it doesn't matter if you're white belt or black belt, is an important drill. So now that she's got that, your partner has that, she's going to follow it up with her own punch. So if she shifts to this side, to her outside, she's got her left foot forward. If she shifts to her outside, she's going to follow it with her out hand. So again, she's going to the outside, outside, okay, outside, outside, outside. Now, if she goes to the inside, inside. Make sense? So there's different ways of doing it. It doesn't matter which hand I punch with. So let's go to the inside. Go to the inside. Go to the inside. Notice I switched my hands. Doesn't matter which hand I punch with. She can determine which side she wants to go. Same thing to the outside. She works to the outside. Works to the outside. Outside. I'm going to switch hands. She's going to go to the outside. Outside. She can change up her punches too with this drill, and it works kind of nice for your 3 and your 4 for your hooks. So we'll do the outside. She's going to come back with a hook. Outside. Go inside. That's the 4. Or she can do the 6, right? She's going to come underneath. Shifts in, underneath. So when you're working with your partner, you can change up the pad, and you can tell them, like, hey, I want to see the 6, okay? 6. Good. Shift out. Show me the 3. Okay. 3. Okay, move with me. Now, this is where it becomes a little tougher. Hands up. She's going to move her head regardless. Okay, so she's moving no matter what. Come towards me, move your head. All right? Keep moving, all right? You're not waiting for your opponent to throw those punches. She's putting pressure on, right? Keep moving, keep moving. Oh, and then you got to throw your cross in your kitchen. Cross. Cross. Good. Move your head. Move your head. Simple drills. Nice stuff. And at the end of the day, she still loves me.